My name is Bryce Christensen. I'm a professor of English at Southern Utah University, and I've particularly relished the opportunity to teach Chinese literature in translation. I taught a special class on the poetry of the Tang Dynasty. I regularly taught major authors courses on Du Fu and Li Bai in translation. And it was partly the draw of that literature that caused me to explore possibilities for a Fulbright grant. I applied and was given a grant to teach American literature at National Taiwan University, Taida. My intent being not simply to teach American literature as Americans understand it, but American literature as an invitation to explore the ways in which that literature will respond to those who see it from the perspective offered by Chinese literature and Chinese culture. I have to say that my experience here has been deeply rewarding. It's been everything I hoped that it might be. Again and again, I found students looking at American literature in very meaningful ways that few, if any, American students could have replicated. In my Willa Cather class, we've been looking at My Antonia. And one of my students, in a single word, captured a perspective that's distinctive and that would at first puzzle an American. My student described Antonia Kuzak, Schmerited earlier in Antonia, the title character of My Antonia, as filial. It's an apt adjective. She is filial. She's very respectful to her father, and when her father dies tragically, she tries to preserve his memory. But I think I could go many, many, many years teaching that novel to American students before they would put that adjective forward in describing Antonia. And it reflects, of course, the depth, the wealth of Confucian thinking. I was attracted to the culture, the people, the land. And I was also attracted to Chinese literature and felt like that was particularly Chinese poetry. While recognizing that Taiwan's literature, Taiwan's culture comes only partly from the Chinese root, it's still a very significant presence here. One of the things that I came to realize is that while Chinese culture is an important part of Taiwanese identity, it's not as dominant as I had supposed. Taiwan is more complex than that. The Taiwanese literature, the Taiwanese art, the Taiwanese culture and Taiwanese way of looking at things is developing to a degree that I had not previously realized. While Chinese culture is relevant here, it's not the whole picture, and it's not even as large a piece of the picture as I'd previously supposed. We fear what we don't know, and that's natural. We can reduce our fears by increasing our understanding, and I think that that's what Fulbright can do. Sometimes Fulbrighters can take the best of American culture and share it, but America has problems. America has some serious problems. And maybe some of those problems could be resolved, at least in part, not by exporting what we have, but by importing some of the cultural riches of other countries.